Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? We are live. Awesome. Cool. All right. Let's probably get started. I should start with potentially running music. Where is a soft murmur? There it is. Beautiful. And the volume is way too loud for me. How is it on OBS? Yeah, I think on OBS it's fine. The balance is good. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's actually get started. Let's jump in and solve the puzzle for day three. Um, I think, yeah, let me just open IntelliJ. So while that opens, we can, yeah, let me just wait for the window to open. Otherwise, I have to open the workspaces and kind of switch it over again. I do have a little bit of water in the water bottle off to the right. Let me just get that. There we go. I just switched my camera settings a little bit. I don't know if it looks better or if it looks worse. Let me know. I think I have to edit today. I think we're still solving. Oh, it still says day one. We're actually on day three. So today, um, number three, and we can probably give a link to that. So advent of code. If I go to three, there we go. Boom. All right. Cool. Um, yeah. So let's actually get started. Let me just fix my chair. There we are. We're good. Let's get started. Let's look at what we need to do, what we need to run. Looking at this right now, I think indexing is going on. Say his name, you won't be laughing when he kills you. The pee pee poo poo man. I've seen this meme in theaters December 13th. We've got 10 days for the arrival of the pee pee poo poo man. I've seen this meme before. I remember laughing my ass off the first time I saw it. Like it was literally uncontrolled laughter. I think it was somewhere like a friend had sent it somewhere around like 2 a.m. or something. This is like 2 a.m. humor. This is perfect. Like Pee Pee Poo Man is perfect 2 a.m. humor. There we go. It's perfect 2 a.m. humor. This is like the sort of thing that you see like when you're lying in bed, half sleepy, and you're just not able to stop laughing. I think this was like an edit of an M. Night Shyamalan thing, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know if this is M. Night Shyamalan or not, but it's like some shitty horror movie. I don't know if it's M. Night Shyamalan. The thing with Shyamalan is like I think in some of his movies he doesn't actually put his name on it anymore, not on the posters and all that, because like he's been associated enough with box office flops that he doesn't actually do it anymore. He doesn't put his name on stream, like on what the fuck am I saying, on posters anymore. Anyway, cool. Let's actually look at day three. What's going on? All right. Odd creaking noises from the submarine. You ask it to produce a diagnostic report just in case. Your puzzle input consists of a list of binary numbers, which, when decoded properly, can tell you many useful things about the conditions of the submarine. The first parameter to check is the power consumption. You need to use the binary numbers in the diagnostic report to generate two new binary numbers called the gamma rate and the epsilon rate. The power consumption can then be found by multiplying the gamma rate by the epsilon rate. Wait, so you need to use the binary numbers to generate two new binary numbers. Um, Power consumption can be found by multiplying these two new numbers. Okay, each bit in the gamma rate can be determined by finding the most common bit in the corresponding position of all the numbers in the diagnostic report. For example, given the following diagnostic report, considering only the first bit of each number, there are five 0 bits and seven 1 bits. So it's 1. Okay, okay. So you find the most common bits of the most common first bit, the most common second bit, the most common third bit, the most common fourth bit, and the most common fifth bit, and that eventually gives you, okay, this, which is 22 in decimal. The epsilon rate is calculated in a similar way. Rather than use the most common bit, the least common bit from each position is used. Huh, okay. So the epsilon rate is, okay. Multiplying the gamma rate by the epsilon rate produces a power consumption 198. All right. Mm-hmm. Use the binary numbers in your diagnostic report to calculate a gamma rate and epsilon rate, then multiply them together. What is the power consumption of the submarine? Be sure to represent your answer in decimal, not binary. Okay. Hmm. 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 Okay, so I can think of like the most straightforward way to do this right away, but um, before this, can you tell what you thought about the book starting? I think I already told you. I'm pretty sure I already messaged you that. Um, like I said, like essentially, it's good as like a sort of a subsection introduction, but it feels wrong as the way to start the chapter or the way to start the book as a whole, right? So that's kind of what I meant by that. Um, Let me just open up the Telegram message because I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I said. Oh yeah, I don't think I completed the thought that I had when I started out, but yeah, that's basically what I'm saying is I think it's like really good for like a chapter. I think the chapter's written really well. Like the sort of the subsection, of course, like you're not done with the chapter yet, but the subsection I think is done pretty well. Like I understood everything on the first pass. Like I didn't have to like, go back and reread any part of it. So that's good. That's always a positive. But at the same time, again, like I have the curse of experience on my side, which is I don't know how it would be for like a complete beginner. I'm not sure who your target audience with the book is. But that's probably not the way you want to start a chapter, let alone the entire book. Like it kind of starts very subtly. Like I don't know, like I feel like it would be good to give sort of an overview of what overall the book is going to talk about and stuff like that before you actually begin. Something like an introduction chapter, right? Before you actually start with the intro to type checking itself, like just. But then again, the book is it's about static type analysis as a whole. Type checking is, well, one part of it, of course the major part, but yeah, you have like a lot more you can do in general. I think like for a chapter that's okay, but that's potentially not how you'd want to start the book. Those are my thoughts. Yeah. um okay, so for this, all right, how would I go about? So what I can do is, I know there's like a way you can just like sort of left shift, and you can get it's pretty easy to sort of do it digit by digit. I can actually get the most common bit and do stuff with that. Kotlin binary string to int, is that a thing? Or to int, wait, so Kotlin, let's just search bi binary representation of int. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Integer dot to binary string. Oh, fuck, that's amazing. I didn't know it was there in Java platform at all. All right, that kind of works. That's good. Should we just do it that way? I think we can do it with zips pretty easily if this is what we're doing. We can do it with zip like super super easy. I don't know if you can zip on a string, probably not, but you can generate characters from that. Yeah, I think you can. I think a string is a string an iterable. I don't know if it counts as an iterable. It might be. Okay. So let's see. So gamma rate. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to split. I'm not going to write this as a single thing. I'm actually going to split that into two things. Like there's like a get gamma and get epsilon. Um, right. So we're going to do it like two separate ways, right? So Kotlin resources test. Yeah. So the test resource. Let's put a file. Let's call it day03.input. Okay. And paste you. Right. And we will do the same for the actual input. New file day03.input, and we will get your puzzle input. Uh, Copy that. Whoop, copy that. So they're all the same length, which is good to know. Also, these I'm assuming are unsigned. I hope that's kind of what we get with binary representation. Yeah. -1 0. Okay, base 2 numeral system. Okay. Two's complement, cleanly managing that, blah, blah, blah. Two binary pad start 0, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I mean, that's fine. Convert binary string to int. Oh, perfection. Okay. Thank you very much. I feel like I should log into Stack Overflow just to up. Do I have my GitHub tied to Stack Overflow? I don't know if I do. I don't remember. Uh, Authorized Stack Exchange. Hopefully, it knows I'm the same person. Yeah, it does. Uh, it does. The only problem is it has kind of changed my um image. Or maybe I changed it earlier. I don't remember. Yeah, but it is definitely my Stack Overflow account. That's good. All right. Let's upvote, upvote. What's up, Matt Flush? He's here. Dude, I've been streaming every single day for a few days now. Um, let's bring that up. What are the stats? What are the stats like? So that was like, yeah, so that was 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. 20th to 30th, I didn't stream for like a little over a week. And then 30th, 30th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, every single day. I was asking you to authorize, it's not tied. No, it wasn't. It's not tied. I don't think it was tied to GitHub actually. I think you're partially right. It wasn't tied to GitHub, but once I logged in, it kind of knew um who I was because GitHub has my email ID. So I have zero reputation on Stack Overflow. Yeah, I got all of this from one answer, which is something I'm actually ashamed of because this was actually a typo, which for some reason this dumbass, some dumbass, not just this dumbass, it's actually a lot of dumbasses. I literally downloaded this answer. The one that I upvoted, he had a typo. He had a typo. That was the answer, and it got 166 upvotes for some stupid reason. I haven't uploaded my own answer. I just downloaded a question because it was so stupid. I caught it because the syntax highlighting on the word new was wrong. Like if you look at the edit history of this, I don't know why people keep correcting this. Why do people keep correct? Don't correct this. This is the problem. This was the actual problem. I don't know why people keep correcting that. Like this is what he did. There was no close quote. This answer alone gave me like the bulk of my reputation on Stack Overflow. I'm not even kidding. It was just this answer. It's I feel bad for this. I actually feel bad for this. Look at this. Meanwhile, this one, which involved like way more research, and I actually made like I had so this was for Jupyter. It was basically like to show line numbers. It is now like a default setting, but it wasn't back when I wrote this answer. And I did proper like I went inspect element. I figured out like where exactly we would need to change the settings in order to enable line numbers by default. I wrote this amazing answer, and I got only 47 upvotes for this. Such is the reality, I guess. I got 166 for the fucking typo correction that doesn't even apply anymore because somebody goes and edits the question itself to fix the typo. So I don't know. Like, look at this. I have 47. The accepted answer is 26 because this doesn't even work. The accepted answer doesn't work. Like, it worked for one version and then, like, it broke after that. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. Yeah, I know. It's just. I have two answers on Stack Overflow. I've shown you both of them right now. I have two answers on Stack Overflow. It was for stupid things like that, dude. And they've been accruing karma ever since. Like since I wrote them. That was years ago. I don't even use Jupyter anymore or IPython or any of it. I wrote that answer when I was in college. God damn. Anyway, day three. Okay, so let's just create day 03. All right. This is definitely gonna take in a file name again. File name string show, and yeah, the rest of the class is to do. So, uh, you know, Soding is doing AOC in TempleOS. Oh, okay. In Holy C. That's a good joke. Uh, what the fuck? Um, oh yeah, it's Control Shift T, isn't it? Yeah. Day 03 test. There we go. Cool. Uh, let's create a test function. Day 4. Given test input. What's that gamma value? Is what's the gamma? Mm, what's the gamma? It's 22. Okay. So solver. Oh yeah. So I need to create the late in it. Mm, no. All right. It's not a joke. It's reality. Yeah. No. 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 I know the whole Temple OS thing. Wait, is that what they call like some? Is it like a special flavor of of C for Temple OS or something? Also, this question would be ridiculously simple in C, I feel. I don't know if it'll be simpler or harder, given like the fact that, you know, by default you are kind of treating numbers as binary. But also I don't know if there's like a binary trick for this. There might be. If you multiply two numbers, what happens in binary? Mm, 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is the hard part, isn't it? It's 1 normally, but also Mm, you need something to handle like carryovers. I'm not really sure how that kind of gets handled. Like, do you have to write some sort of I don't know. Mm, no, no, no. So sorry. Why am I thinking of multiplication? I'm a moron. No, no, no. The problem is that you kind of have to figure out the most common and the least common bit, right? But they will always be inverses of each other. That's one other thing. I'll play around with Temple OS. So cool. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I've heard like odd stories about Temple OS. Like the guy who created it is some sort of a crazy person and all that. I don't really know much about it. He's some genius programmer, but sort of just mentally insane. I I don't know what's up. Like there's some weird shit around Temple OS. That's the only thing I know about it. 1,000 rows. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Where was the test? Let me just finish the test actually. So solver equals day 03, passing in the file name, which will be day 03.test. So we're passing in the test file, and we got a assert equals 22 solver dot get gamma, right? Create member function. Yeah, that's probably going to be a long. It doesn't have to be a long, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it can be an integer, but I think long is better. To do not yet implemented, that's fine. Oh, God. Yeah, sorry if the stream cuts out for a little bit. I don't know if my audio cuts out as well during this period of time. Yeah, the stream definitely cuts out. What just happened is my internet connection, sorry, my power went off. Should be back now. Uh, yeah, hang on. How do I bring this back? Excuse me. Okay, is that back? I have no idea if that looks normal. This is sort of dangerous, to be honest. Like it's like I don't know what happens. It's just have weird problems with this. Oh, and now I have to resize this fucking thing. Oh god. Hmm. Yeah, so like I have an external monitor, but the external monitor doesn't really receive power for a few seconds when like the power cycle goes off. So what happens is it just kind of, yeah, fucks up. Are you scared in the dark? Oh no, man. I'm just scared of what could happen on stream. Like, okay, and now for some reason my, yeah, I think I have to close and reopen this chat window. Fuck me. Oops. Confidential data. Mm, view. Where the fuck is the chat window? Chat, please. Why can't I chat anymore? Bruh, I just got banned from my own chat. What the hell happened? How do I refresh this? I thought closing it and reopening it would help. It didn't. It didn't help. What the fuck? Bruh. I don't know if this is it just permanent now? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to make my own custom chat client at some point. Saturday stream, I suppose that's gonna be what I'm gonna do. I have to examine the Twitch API and do something. I don't know. Make my own like chat receiver for this because this is honestly bad. This is horrible. Control R for the lazies? No, but this is like, does that work? Oh, wait, what? So it does work, but it doesn't fix the problem. It's just OBS has some weird ass thing, dude. Like for the chat interface, it's what the hell is going on? Uh, Hang on. I'll show you what's going on here. Um, so if I dock it, it doesn't load anything at all. I'll yeah. What is happening? If I undock it, now it loads. Now I can see the chat box, but it doesn't show me horizontally what's going on anymore. Um, Fuck me. Okay, this is the first time shit's gotten so permanently fucked up from. Oh god. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Fuck OBS. Fuck OBS. I'm gonna. Okay. I'm just gonna use Twitch and pop out the chat from here instead. Um, Pop out chat, and I'm just gonna use this on the side. Because honestly, man, like, what do you even do here? I have to make my own. Yeah, thanks for the chat rules for my own chat, Twitch. Um, yeah. What? I mean, seriously, what can I do? I'm gonna have to create my own chat client for this. Similar to a lot of the other streamers. Now I understand why they don't use like the OBS overlay. I see why they do that. Can I hide this bar and all that? I don't know if that's possible on Firefox. Maximize, close, move size. Nah, um, probably not. That's fine. That's fine. This works. This works. It's not ideal, but it works. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Now also I'm gonna have to put this window available on all desktops, so that way it's visible when I switch. Okay. Yeah, that only took like forever, and now yeah we're back. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that was the power cycling again, but for some reason it didn't actually cut out this time. Okay, let's just run this test. Heavens, man, heavens. Okay, day two, etc. I don't need common utils. I don't need. Let's use day three test and run that. Right. So. Oh. Okay, that killed the vibe. Let's see. Of course, the test will fail. I just wanna run it once to make sure that nothing's changed in the middle. Yeah, the test failed. Operation is not implemented. Fantastic. That's what we want. Okay, so the way we're going to solve this is pretty simple. We're actually going to take each of these and we are gonna not process them at all. So the input is just going to be so val input equals list of string, and we're actually not going to do anything here. We're going to put an init block and we will read file and process the file name. and we will transform by doing absolutely nothing. So um, input, cool, and there. Yeah. What's your problem? Val cannot be reassigned. Wait, are we having the same issues as we did last time? Oh yeah, yeah. Wait, let me put the to do. I think that should fix the problem. It doesn't. Input could be private. Sure, make it private. Uh, for some reason, it's having the same issue that we did last time. What the fuck, mom? Not now. Oh god. I don't know why she thinks it's okay to just call unannounced. Jesus, man. Why is this not compiling now? Why is this not compiling? You saw this last time. We fixed this on day one. Calling you unannounced. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute Telegram for sure. Oh, it was already disabled. What on earth? Bruh. Um, yeah, I don't know. That wasn't, yeah, that makes no sense, but yeah. Have your phone number as well? That's true. That is true. You can dox me. Um, why? Why is it not compiling? Wait. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, okay. Yeah. All right, 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 all right. Shut up. That never happened. Shut up. That never happened. Okay. So, we can leave it as a string, and what we sort of need to do is we just need to consider, we just need to zip them as such. No, wait, zip. Can we even do that? No, we can't. We have to find the most common one, right? So in that case, uh, yeah, I mean, I kind of just need to use a string builder. I think that's like the most straightforward approach, right? Is there an easier way to do this? Um, I don't think there is. Uh, let's see. So, okay. Um, num length, we've manually verified that the inputs have the same length. Like even if you look at the actual input, it kind of has the same length. We just don't know what that length is. So you love my part one solution. Don't tell me it's a one liner. Fuck you. Uh, var. Okay. So no val num length equals input one zero dot length. Yeah. Or is it size or length? Yeah, length. Okay. Okay. So that's the length of each number. I guess that's a horrible name, but you know, yeah. So for I in range num length, is that the right thing? No. 1 to num length, right? No. So for I, what's the way you construct a loop in Kotlin? Oh my fucking god. Um, in zero until num length. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So we just need to find the most common one, and we need to sort of flip that around for the less common one. That's pretty much all we need to do, right? So yeah, and we have a certain number of numbers here, and so the most common one will appear more than half the number of times. I'm hoping that they don't have anything which is exactly half the number of times because that'll fuck it up. So I'm expecting that one of them will be greater and one of them will be lesser. Either way, we'll have to check only for one. So, yeah. Um, so let's see. I'm not gonna look at your solution right now. I won't look at your solution right now. Let me just solve this on my own. Okay, cool. So I wait. I feel like I'm missing some very obvious, super simple way to do it. The thing is, like, I'm just thinking like the simplest way to do it seems to be to just um, you know, look at each digit and then build the two numbers and then just multiply them. Um, Also, I'm probably not supposed to, if this is the case, like probably not supposed to do the gamma and the other one separately because technically both of them have like the same thing, right? It's the most common and the least common bit from each position. Mm, I also suspect that the fact that it's always going to be like an inverted thing means that the multiplication of them is going to result in something very specific each time or something like that. I don't know. Mm, there might be some very, very simple trick to solve this entire thing. But yeah. Like, one of those magic tricks where it's like pick a number and then no matter which number you pick, you kind of end up at the same result. I have a feeling it's going to be something like that, but I don't know. Cool. So for each index as such, we kind of want the most common bit, right? So more var most common bit. Okay, so how we're gonna do that is count ones, count one, and count zero, right? Technically count zero is just gonna be the half of that. Yeah, so count one equals val count one equals um okay, get get counts of one given the input. Okay, actually input is already there and given I, right, at position I. So that's gonna be what we need. Create this function. I is position int. It returns any. Oh yeah, it returns an integer, right? Um, so for num and input, I have a feeling I'm doing something very, very repetitive. Like wait, should I even do it like this? Like through every single. Nah, that sounds stupid, right? Wait, why am I looping through all the numbers for each place? That seems like a lot of loops. That is dumb. I shouldn't be doing it like that. Hmm. I can optimize that to a single pass through all the inputs, right? I can optimize that to a single pass through all the inputs. Like I can make it such that okay, let's see. Uh Markdown. So I can make it such that we do this. Why did all of this freeze up? IntelliJ just froze when I tried to create a new scratch file with Markdown. What the fuck? Okay. Did I get drop frames from that? No, I didn't. Okay. So very simple. Also, for some reason, IntelliJ doesn't want to type Markdown at all. Let me just open Notepad. F12 Markdown. Okay. Yeah. All right. So here's the thing, right? So we need. All right. So for each number, if we can sort of do, we kind of want to track the most, we want an array of counts essentially, like an array which kind of tells us. So let's say for example the number is, let's say for example it's like 100010, right? If it's something like this, we need like an array of six numbers, right? So there's this. Okay, so we need like an array of A, B, C, D, E, F, right? For each position. So we need an array of six numbers where we just count the ones. We count the ones, right? Um, and we increment the count at a specific position if we find a one there. And at the end of it, we will actually end up with this array, which will contain, this array will actually contain the data that we want, which will basically be at each position how many ones have you encountered, and from that we will be able to find out like if it's more than half the number of numbers, we'll be able to find out if one is the most common digit, otherwise it's not, right? And that gives us both through a single pass through the array. Yeah, I think that's like a better way to handle this rather than what nonsense I'm doing. Okay. All right, so I think it shouldn't even be get gamma at this point. Let's see. We'll worry about that later, right? So for num in input, right? Okay, so we have the num length, right? So at this point, we kind of need actually a var frequencies or var one count of one equals an array which will basically be can I create an array of integers? Array of integers given a size, right? So this is going to be the input 0 dot length, right? So if I'm given to understand this correctly, what's your problem? In it. Oh, okay. So we need to pass it constructor, which will just return 0, right? So that way we kind of have all right, yeah, that sounds good. Cool. So for num in input, um, basically for C in num, I think this will work, right? Yeah, that'll work. But we actually want the what the fuck? We actually want the index. We actually want the index. So for I in indices in num dot indices, do I have indices? Beautiful, right? For I in num dot indices, if num of I double equals one, of one, there we go. Then in that case, count of one of I um plus equal to one, right? Or can I do a plus plus on this? I think I should be able to, right? So yeah, so we have each of these. Now at the end of it, we kind of know count of one will actually contain, yeah, count of one will actually contain like exactly what we need. We have done a single pass, we've gotten all that. Now for uh, position in count of one, I think that's sort of like what we need. Or yeah, wait. So we'll create two string builders, right? So val gamma string or gamma equals string builder, okay? And val um wait, what's your problem? Oh, this shouldn't be a it should be a val. Yeah, there we go. Val, what's your other name? Epsilon? What was it? Epsilon equals string builder. All right. Okay. For I in count of one, right? So for each position in that as such, starting from the left to the right, we'll basically build up each of them, right? So if um, count of one, no, if I for I in count of one, right? So actually, I should just call that C, right? For C in count of one, if C greater than mm, input dot size, right? So that's the number of numbers. That is, it's the most common, right? So this means that one is the most common bit, right? At this position. Then in that case, so if one is the most common bit, um, yeah. So if one of yeah, so whichever is the most common bit has to go to gamma, right? So gamma dot plus equal to, I think that'll work. One, does plus equal to work? Bruh, come on. I thought like string builders would have like additional extension functions. Append, boring. Okay. So gamma dot append one and epsilon dot append zero. Else, gamma dot append 0 and title still says day 2. Thanks for the correction. Let's fix that. This one, yeah, sorry, that was chat. Edit stream info, let's make that 3. Thanks for the correction. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, cool. Else, fuck me, forgot to copy it. Copy that, paste it here, and append 0, 1, bup, 1, okay. And I think I should just call this get um, gamma times epsilon. Actually, what was that supposed to be lore-wise? According to the lore of the question, what was it supposed to be? Power consumption. Get power consumption. Okay, and let's go back to the test and let's change that to get power consumption. And let's change that as to 198, I think. Yeah. Power consumption at 198, right? Power consumption is 198, right? So let's do that and let's go here. And all we need to do now is we have to return, uh, yeah, so long dot parse long, is that a thing? No, it's not. Integer dot parseInt is a thing, but long dot parse long is not. Int dot parseInt, no, wait, what? ParseInt is not a thing. Was it a string? I was looking for more hiring leads and I met a guy on Twitter today. He's a contributor to VLang. I don't know what VLang is. Understands parsers and compilers and all. The only problem is he's in 12th studying for JE. Fuck you, dude. Dude, these people, like, seriously, man, like, kids these days are insane. Actually cracked as fuck. Like, oh my god. It's crazy. A lot of them are just unbelievably skilled. Uh, Wait, is integer.parseInt not a thing anymore? Oh, maybe the law. I thought long.parseLong would have been a thing. No, parse long. No. So gamma dot parse no dot build. How do you get the string? Two string, right? String. Okay, so you have to do a two string dot two long, and you have to pass in a radix of two times epsilon dot two string dot two long passing in a radix of 2, right? Return, there we go. Hopefully that should be the right result. Conflicting import, string builder. Wait, what? Why did two of them come in place? That's weird. Okay. Let's just run that again. Day 3 test. Yeah, nah, okay, we fucked up. Why did we fuck up? Can we see what the resulting gamma and epsilon are actually? I have a feeling I did something very wrong. Gamma. Okay. Oh. Of course. Of course. I'm a dumbass. All right. Input dot size by 2. Okay. So let's stop that again. Let's run our test. Holy fuck. That was stupid. Yeah, okay. No, that's correct. Jesus, man. All right. Solve part 1. Solver equals day 3 dot prod. So now it's the prod variant and println solver dot get power consumption. Let's run you. What do we get? Instant result. That's the number. Boom. Submit. All right. Cool. Let's do part 2. vlang.io. Show me. The V programming language. Hmm. Oh, this looks interesting. I mean, it's what's unique about this? Simple, fast, safe, compiled for developing maintainable software. Is V still fast? Is it just a big page that says yes? No. Okay, I see. Again, honestly, I have no idea what any of this means, so it's not like it's helping. Mm. Okay, is this like literally for every build or something that it just every single commit it's running some speed statistics? Source code fast.v. VLAN. V is like Go done right according to its developer. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Documentation in an hour. In most cases, there's only one way to do something. That's very interesting. That's super interesting. Okay. Very similar to Go. If you know Go, you already know 80% of V. Things V improves on Go. Ooh. No global state, no null, no undefined values, no variable shadowing, no error not equal to null checks. I think this this is like a big problem that Go developers have, right? I don't actually know Go, so but yeah, I know that this is some kind of a meme in the Go environment that you just have these peppered everywhere. Error not equal to null. Mutability by default, enums, generics, some types, string interpolation. Wow, this looks okay. This kind of solves a lot of problems that Go has, I guess. V and other languages. I was gonna compare V to all major languages, but it got repetitive very quickly. V is much simpler, it's faster, simpler, safer, more maintainable than Python. V is similar to Go. Domain is similar to Rust. Rust is a very different philosophy, complex language with a set of growing features, steep learning curve. Once you learn and understand, it becomes a powerful tool, but the complexity is still there. So I'm suspecting that V does have garbage collection, basically. Like V has garbage collection in the same way that Go has garbage collection. That's what I'm guessing. Okay, so part two. I guess the problem with a language like V is like the language might actually be better, but if people don't use it and there isn't much like community support and things like that, it's always going to be a little bit of a problem for people to want to adopt it. It's a self-sustaining cycle thing, you know. Like the more people that are using the language, the more popular it becomes, the more stable it is, and the more people consider using the language and so on. So I guess like yeah, I suppose like you could be some sort of a, like a trailblazer and use a language like this, but I'm not sure how many developers it has. It does have 26.2 thousand stars, which is a lot on GitHub. So I'm so I don't know. I guess it's somewhat popular at least. 99% written in V. Very nice examples. Yeah, it does. It does remind me of Go. I don't really I don't really know Go, but I've read quite a bit of Go code, and it does look very very similar to that. Super similar. Does this also have that bullshit like exports need to have a capital letter or something? That feels like I don't know. This just seems weird to me. But I guess like there's nothing wrong with it inherently. It just feels wrong. Hmm. V. All right. So part two. Verify the life support rating, which can be determined by multiplying the oxygen generator rating by the CO2 scrubber rating. Okay. Okay. Oxygen generator, CO2 scrubber are values that can be found in your diagnostic report. Finding them is the tricky part. A similar process that involves filtering out values until only one remains. Before searching for either rating value, start with a full list of binary numbers from your diagnostic report. Consider just the first bit of those numbers. Then, keep only numbers selected by the bit criteria for the type of rating value for which you're searching. Discard numbers which do not match the bit criteria. If you have only one number left, stop. This is the rating value for which you're searching. Otherwise, repeat the process. Consider the next bit to the right. Okay. The bit criteria depends on which type of rating value you want to find. Find the oxygen generator rating, determine the most common value, 0 or 1, in the current bit position, and keep only numbers with that bit in that position. If 0 or 1 are equally common, keep values with a 1 in the position being considered. Ah. Least common value, keep numbers only in that bit with a position. If 0 and 1 are equally common, keep values with 0 in the position being considered. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Hmm. Keep values if they're equally common. Did rules for things being equally common? Actually, I might have just dodged that by accident. They never said. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, but now I guess it's possible to have something that's equally common because you will when you're filtering out at some particular digit, it's possible to have like two of them which have exactly 500 on each. Yeah. Equally common, keep values with 0 in the position being considered. Okay. Determine the oxygen generator rating using the same diagnostic report above. Start with all 12 numbers. Consider only the first bit of each number. There are more 1 bits, so keep the 7 numbers with 1 in the first position. Consider the second bit. Yeah. So it's sort of like part of the numbers will get considered at each step. Like part of the numbers will get considered for um, part of the numbers will get considered for this what's that, the oxygen, and the other part will get considered for the CO2. And then on the next pass within the oxygen, part of the numbers will be taken and the other part will be discarded. But yeah, so that's how you want to do this. But hmm, is there a way to do this faster is the question. Only one number left. Stop. The oxygen generator rating is 10111 or 23 in decimal. 10. Finally multiply them to get 230. Hmm. So it's sort of like a repeated filter that's applied. The filter that you apply is basically that hmm, your number has the digit at the position which is either most common or least common depending on whichever one you're looking for, oxygen or CO2. So if you're looking for oxygen, you're like the number at each. So what you'll end up with is the number for oxygen. You'll end up with the number which is most common. Hmm. Okay, but it may not be most common across the thing. It's only most common at each filter. So it's like a repeated filter that you apply. Okay. Until you're left with only one number. Hmm. Yeah, again, I don't know. I feel like there might be some very elegant, very short to write solution, which can be, I don't know if that'll be like the most efficient way of doing things or whether the way we're doing it will just be, hmm, I'll have to think. Let's see. This is an interesting question. So let's see. If we have like a set of numbers, which in our case, let's just put that, right? So in here, um, we know that actually I can just put plain text. Text? Is that what it's called? What's the text document called in this? Not plain text, not text. Really? Text files. Okay. Yeah. So in this case, like, okay, so initially when we're looking at the ones, we kind of take the whole thing and we can filter out based on whatever starts with a 1. The question is, we kind of have to figure out that 1 is the most common in this set. So at each step, we kind of take the. I think this one you can't do without doing multiple passes, right? Like you can't do it like the previous one, where we kind of just went on a single pass and we counted the frequency across the board. Because at this point, when you drop specific numbers, that frequency kind of changes. Or can you still do it? Mm, hmm. Mm, yeah, no. I think efficiency wise, it'll be the same thing. Like you do still need to take each time the list of numbers that you have and filter it. Yeah, I don't think there's any way around that actually. You need to, hmm, if I can set it as a var. Okay, let's see. All right. So at this point, okay. So what's it gonna be called? All right. So let's create like a test method for it. Test function given test input. What's it called? The other thing, life support rating is 230. Okay. Solver equals day 03 dot test. Cool. And assert equals 203 solver dot get, what was it called? Life support rating, right? Cool. That's gonna be a long. All right. Fine. Sounds good. Okay. What do we need to do here, right? So if we take the input, so we have var um so I'm gonna call it, let's say oxygen, right? Equals mm, list of integer. No, it's a list of string, right? So we kind of need to filter out based on what we have, right? So while oxygen is left with only one like dot size greater than one, we kind of have to repeat the process, right? Which we do. So it's sort of like input. Okay, so we need to filter based on, we have to find most common, right? So find most common bit most at, right, at the position I. So it's sort of like we have to keep going at each position, right? Hmm. So I guess we don't have to do it as a while. We can technically do it using um, the number of indices as well, or sort of like the input zero length, this thing, right? So we can do it based on the length of this, right? So mm, val num length equals that, right? So val oxygen equals var oxygen actually. Oxygen equals list of string, right? And then for I in 0 until num length, right? So for each, yeah, and we have to sort of do a repeated filter, right? So first filtering on index 0, then index 1, all the way until all of them are done. Um, we can kind of stop if the length of oxygen is just 1, right? So initially, I think we have to start with oxygen equals input, right? Yeah, where oxygen equals input. Okay. So if no, so uh, so find most common bit at I. So oxygen dot find most common bit at I, and that is gonna be var val bit equals that, right? And the way we're gonna do this is create an extension function on list. I is gonna be an integer. It's gonna return a char, and list e, no, list string, right? And you are gonna disappear. Cool. So the way we're gonna do this is we take yeah, so for num in oxygen, right? So it's more like uh, count of one equals 0, right? If num of I, oh sorry, not oxygen, it's this actually. Yeah. If num of I double equals 1, then count of 1 plus plus, right? Yeah. Actually, there is another thing you can do that, right? Like so this dot count, I think, count given a predicate, um num of I double equals 1, or sorry, it of I double equals 1, right? Um val count of 1 is that. I think you can just do it this way. So we don't have to actually put a loop through it. Yeah, fantastic. And now if count of 1 greater than this dot length by 2, right? Actually, greater than or equal to, right? Because it's going to be exactly 500 as well for the most common bit, right? So greater than or equal to this dot size by 2, right? Yeah, might as well do it as a double comparison. Actually, there is an easier way to do that. I think I can just write it as 2.0, right? If count of one this one, then in that case, return 1, else return 0. And I think I can refactor that to lift return out of if, return if count of one this one 1, else 0. Cool. And I think I can technically replace this with a, I can make this a one liner, can't I? I can make this a one liner expression body. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Cool. So that gives us the most common bit at I. And then after that point, we are just gonna filter. So oxygen dot filter. Um, so oxygen equals oxygen dot filter most common bit. So basically, we just need to say that um, it of I equals bit. What's your problem? Oh, sorry, double equals bit. Ah, fantastic. Sorry. Yeah, so that gives us the oxygen. And then finally, we need to do the same thing for the other one as well, carbon dioxide, I guess, CO2. So I'm gonna say va CO2 equals input, and then we're gonna just copy paste the same thing, except we're gonna do a slight change. Um, bit equals, so this is gonna be CO2, and this is also gonna be CO2, and CO2, and this is also gonna be CO2. And I have, oh, I wrote C02 for some reason. Okay. And here we are going to flip that bit, right? So we're going to do if CO2 dot find most common bit equals 1, then 0, else 1. Okay. So if it is 1, then so we actually get the least common one, right? Yeah, I hope that works. Yeah, okay. So after that point, we are just gonna convert each of them to long, and we're gonna return. So return oxygen dot to long. I'm sorry, what? Oh, right. So at this point, we should have. Oh yeah. So if oxygen dot size double equals 1, then break. Right, and the same thing we do here. If CO2 dot size double equals 1, then we break. And at this point, we just return oxygen dot first dot to long with radix 2 times CO2 dot first dot to long with radix 2, right? So if we do this, hopefully we should be seeing the right data. Let's just run that. Mm, fingers crossed. Yeah, that was wrong. Mm, oh, it was 230. Okay. Yeah, that actually ran. All right, awesome. So cool, not bad. Kind of brute forced, but let's see if that actually solves it in a reasonable amount of time. I think it should be fine. We shouldn't exactly have a problem. I think, yeah. Println solver dot life support rating, and let's just run that. Oh, it instantly ran. Not what I expected. Mm, cool. Hit submit. PogChamp, let's go. Okay, so we have actually solved part three. Surprisingly, that was, yeah, that worked first try. Like I didn't actually have any problems other than actually writing the wrong number in the test here for some reason. But yeah, that was fairly straightforward. What's your solution, by the way? Actually, I do want to see that. Uh, okay. So data counts equals. Where did you get your data thing from, by the way? OS part join. Okay. I see. Split lines 0 for underscore in nums 0 counts equals. Yeah. So it's similar. It's similar to what I did right now. Then yeah. But we also do a bit shift for some reason. I'm assuming there's a shift. Okay, so you do a bit shift instead of incrementing and going. Is that what we're doing? L equals epsilon equals 0 for count and counts. You shift it plus equal to 1. Ah, I see. Okay. So instead of like doing it like a string builder thing, you've done it directly using numbers. A smart way to do it as well. Yeah, definitely a smart way to do it as well. I think the only difference here is like it'll probably work uh for larger input sizes, which is kind of a problem when you look at like Java or Kotlin. Like that is definitely something you have to take care of. Is why I just use longs everywhere. But yeah, just in case, because whenever you're multiplying two integers, I usually find it better to use long instead. So yeah. Mm, but yeah, this seems to be working fine. What about your part two? Yeah, so you doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing. You just do a filter. Just do a filter. Right, right, right. It is the same thing. Mm. Can technically refactor this entire bit. Can I control attempt this? Um, takes a num length. Wait, what does this do? List num length. So it takes var oxygen equals list of num length. Okay. So it kind of does. Hmm. Okay, technically we don't need to pass the num length in at all. Hmm. Okay, I wanted to see what that does. All right. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. I think I'm pretty sure that this solution kind of works the way it is. Okay, okay, not bad. All right. So yeah, that's about it. Tomorrow I'll have a longer stream. Given it's the weekend, I will have a longer stream. I don't know exactly when. I'll try and figure that out. Most likely it'll be in the afternoon. Again, not completely certain. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I do have to actually commit these. Let me commit. Make two commits separately. Um, wait, what? Changes to be committed. Day two test. Day three test. Oh, for some reason, I think it's more like this. Yeah, it's probably like yeah. So get restore staged. Uh, mm, so they're all untracked, right? Okay. So get add star 02 star. So that adds all the 02 resources. Let me just commit that first, right? So get commit hyphen m day two. Okay. And so that kind of commits those. Get status, get commit, get add dot, day three. Cool. Let's push those. Cool. So that's day two and day three, separate commits. Um, yeah, we should be having Advent of Code 2021. Cool. Awesome. I'm writing a bit more of the book. I mean, good, 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 good. Keep writing. Like, dedicate a specific time each day and make sure you write exactly that much, like every single day, at least. Trying to finish chapter one by Sunday. How many chapters? How long is the book intended to be? Can I change the font for GitHub? I should be able to, right? I have stylus actually. I don't think stylus. Mm, uh, where does it actually get the font family from? Blob code inner. Font family UI monospace Menlo Consulas. Right. So if I pick up before all of this stuff, if I pick up JetBrains Mono, there we go. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. Trying to finish chapter one by Sunday. This book is going to be like 200 pages or so, maybe more. Yeah, looking at the length of your article, I'm pretty sure it's going to be more than 200 pages. But yeah, if you're looking, yeah, I guess yeah, chapter one on Sunday. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. A couple of days. Don't push yourself too hard. Like write slowly, but write regularly. Just make sure that you're doing a little bit of writing every single day, right? Like set aside a specific time and make sure you write that much. Like during that period of time, you have to write. Make sure of that. You absolutely have to write. Like just make sure of that, and you'll be fine. I have to submit chapter one ASAP. Oh, okay. Why? Oh, is that like a publisher thing? Do they? Ah, I see. Okay, okay. Then good luck. Good luck then. Focus on writing as much as you can, I suppose. But like I said, like just set apart specific periods, write during that time, then give yourself a half-hour break, and then just edit for some time, right? Spend about half an hour just editing the content you just wrote, and then get back to writing again, right? But when you write, just keep writing. Don't really think about what you're throwing down on paper. Just keep writing, right? Fix mistakes during the editing cycle. Fastest way to get content out. But yeah, and give yourself the half-hour break between writing and editing because you need to come into it with a pair of fresh eyes. Like that's the easiest way to catch issues, to catch mistakes, and find like places where your writing is not really up to scratch, where your prose is not great, things like that, right? It's the easiest way to find all of that stuff. So yeah. Anyway, good luck on that. Thanks for sticking by throughout the end of the stream. We did end up implementing, I think, very very similar solutions. Like the only difference that I've done for part one is I've actually used a string builder instead of using um, instead of like writing it as a number and then left shifting, because I wasn't sure what the left shifting syntax is and whether it would have some signage issues, the signed unsigned nonsense, which kind of becomes a problem when you have like numbers having fixed lengths. So instead, I just used a string builder and I went left to right, appending ones and zeros. That's like the only difference I did. Apart from that, I think like it's pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, I did like the same thing. I just kept this count of one array, which I used for yeah. There's quite a nice one-liner actually, where I just call count with the position. So this is sort of the position. I think I could probably name that position shift F6. Position, right? So at the position, you just check whether it's a one. Then in that case, that's the count of one. And if it's greater than this dot size by two, then in that case, it's the most common bit is one. Otherwise, it's zero. So yeah. Oh, I committed it with those blank lines, didn't I? Let me just fix that. Awesome. Okay. That's about it. I'll cut the stream for today. Good luck with your publishing, dude. Like, if you want any help, like, or if you want like any sort of external eyes on it, then in that case, feel free to send me stuff. I can take a look whenever I find the time. Cool. Anyway, yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I don't know why I just opened Discord instead of OBS, but yeah, catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for being here. Bye bye.